Doing the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Still gonna sound.
I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NFT Crypto Crew. It's your boy Gig.
All right.
Let's go. I'm in studio with Tyler. There's a lot going on in the Geckoverse lately, and we want to bring you guys some different, some new content. Let you guys get to know some of those hard workers in the Geckoverse. So today we are chatting with a community member,
Manager, I think.
Yep. This is gonna be Sterrling. I'm just gonna give him a call here real quick.
Oh, is it? I can hear it.
Yep.
Oh man, that was quick.
Yo. You hear us?
What up? Yeah, man, I'm here. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for taking our call, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude.
This is the neon og. This is the voice behind the neon
give me
og.
a shout.
Yeah, this is we got your Twitter up here. We wanted to give you a little interview, chat about the geckos and what's going on a little bit. So appreciate you coming on.
Of course, man. Anytime, dude.
So how do you feel about everything that's been going on with the geckos over the past few weeks? What's your gut feeling?
Oh man, I feel great about it.
Yeah.
I feel better about the Gex than I ever have since day one, man. I mean, like, you and me both were mentors, man. So we've been around, seen the whole bit, and obviously we fell in love with the project early on, but without any kind of having hands on the wheel, in the beginning, you're kind of up to it's up to somebody else to really make something of it, which we all, as project holders, just, we're hoping for the best, and we just loved it. But right now, as the DAO, everybody's able to really put their fingerprints on the project in a way that, like, the people who really love and appreciate it are contributing in so many different ways. It's just like bringing us into avenues that we didn't think we'd be in, and opportunities that are kind of mind-blowing, actually. So it's just so cool right now to see kind of how well the DAOs just gelled together, and everybody is I don't know, just kind of trying to do their part, and the collection of everybody's passion and efforts is starting to really pay off, and it's fun, man. It's fun to see. It's fun to see new people get passionate about it, and then just like blowing up the lobby chat in the
last few weeks
lounge.
have been like, there's just been, everyone's been going in that Discord.
Yeah, I've never seen the Discord like this since the mint days. It's been really fun to see. It's surprising how well it's all come together. I'm sure you guys I'm sure the DAO hit some roadblocks and some speed bumps along the way, because it's been months now. But it's really great to see how it's all coming together here. It's super impressive, the stuff that's going on with the GreenListed. It's something that I've never really seen before done in, at least on Solana, if not the whole Web3 space.
Yeah.
So that's really cool to see. How do you feel about, the GreenListed, and did it play out as you expected, or how you guys wanted it to play out? Or I guess there's still a lot of room to go, but is it moving in that direction that you guys were hoping for?
Better than I was hoping for sure. I mean, when Genuine started talking to me and a few other guys about this in the works, like, a while ago, I wasn't really sure what to think about it. I mean, I know him really well now. I know he's like a playmaker of the highest order, so I had like zero doubt that he had capacity to like generate some funds and whatnot, as far as like, the bit that I do know about the deals that are going to be announced, they're much bigger and much more impactful than I had anticipated, for sure. Like my I was very pleasantly surprised, I should say.
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about, okay, so how do we best, present this, market it, tease it out, get the most hype built around it, and it's taken some patience from everybody, because I mean, everybody wants to know when. Well, let's just get everything out there right now. But I think the best way for the geckos to actually benefit from this is to make this a bit of a slower process and a slower reveal. And in the long run, that's going to end up building the most excitement and eyes on the geckos. So Fuds, the marketing committee lead, is kind of been putting that into action. And I mean, the other night, just along with everybody else, man, I was excited just for it to drop. I was on like the edge of my seat too. But
yeah, it's been like an interesting few days.
Yeah, and then they came out. They got I think part of the delay, dude, is just that cool video that they were working on. They wanted to have that out. The really cool like Michael Saylor video. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's freaking sweet.
Yeah, I checked that out. And, he was watching the
GreenList thing.
Yeah, it was like a cool video of that somebody edited. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the way to go is the way you guys went with it, with teasing it, because if you look at Utes, I mean, they almost over teased theirs because they're not delivering exactly as they had planned, but the lead up with Utes was just so long, and everyone was so hyped about it. So like I think, the DAO made a great move in the kind of slowly releasing everything as it comes to GreenList.
Yeah, for
sure. I hope it works out, man. Like the slow clap approach to like build up into a pitch. Like once you get to the crescendo, you got to bring it. Otherwise you kind of end up disappointing people. So there's a fine line you got to walk there with trying to get the most bang for your buck from a marketing perspective, and also not and giving the reward at the end, so it's a feel good experience for everybody. We hope to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's worth waiting an extra few days to slowly roll this thing out in a timely manner, for sure. I mean, because we have, what's the rush? I know the market moves pretty quick, but I think our core community plans to be here for years down the road. So no point in trying to rush it out. So
yeah, especially with the announcement of like the actual details of the first funded projects.
Yeah,
I mean there's a lot of money involved here, so there's lawyers and contracts and things you can't say, things you can't lead on until every contract is signed.
I can only imagine
delivered,
how much
and,
work
and
it
so
is.
that it's like really like a kind of just trying to get a press release for like a merger or acquisition kind of thing when you're in a big company. Like they're extremely careful about it.
Yeah.
So Genuine's really trying to keep on top of it as far as not spilling the beans and getting any of these deals in any kind of weird situation. But dude, I'm so excited. It's crazy. The next 2 weeks is going to be off the freaking hook.
It's going to be.
The last 2 weeks has been the most fun I've ever had in geckos, like, period. Like, the garage has been totally insane.
I was just going to say.
So much fun.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I was just going to say, Gig just pulled up the CoinGecko Twitter. I was going to say, my favorite part, the last 2 weeks, is seeing that gecko PFP show up on CoinGecko.
On CoinGecko,
yeah. That was so cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was
unbelievably cool.
Yeah. I woke up and I saw somebody share it and I was like, no way. I went right to CoinGecko, and that kind of helped fuel the fire into this whole GreenListed thing. People, saw they got, almost 1.5 million followers. That people saw that and they started checking out the project. So it's been a crazy, crazy year, but even a crazier last few weeks. I think
that was a really cool surprise, man. We teased it out a little bit in some spaces and kind of dropped a few hints here and there, but I don't think most people knew that was coming. That was pretty sweet. The people's reaction, the market reaction, everybody just like, oh my gosh, dude, I gotta go buy some geckos.
Yeah, because that is no joke. Yeah, and so you've been with Gecko since mint, is that right?
Yep.
Around mint, okay. And was this like your first NFT, or had you been dabbling in NFTs before the geckos, or like what got you into the Web3 space?
So I started buying Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin back in 2016, right in the last part of that run up.
Okay.
So I think I bought Bitcoin at $3,000, and then it freaking pumped to 20. I just bought a couple grand worth of Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin each, because I had a couple friends and my mom all call me on the same day and be like, dude, what's this Bitcoin deal about? And I'm like, what? The gamer internet money, dude? I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
But it was so weird that I got so many people hitting me up in a short period of time about it. I was like, man, there's probably something here. I should probably look into this. So I threw $6,000 into a Coinbase account and was just like, yeah, all right, let's go. I mean, I've been a real estate guy my whole career, and I've been owned real estate businesses and own a bunch of rental properties and stuff, and that's been my career path. And until this crypto thing just absolutely ninja kicked me in the brain, and I just ever since
such a familiar
the end of that bull run, I've been obsessed with it.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, such a familiar sounding story.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone, as soon as they take the pill, that orange pill is always the first one, and then
the Bitcoin pill,
yeah,
and then it sucks you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it grows inside you, and then it just can't. All of a sudden, you're just this walking Bitcoin bobo. That's what I was. I was just a crypto fanboy that would just talk about it constantly.
Yep.
And I ended it changed so much that I ended up walking away from some of the real estate stuff I was doing, even though it was a great gig. I had a wonderful business partner. It was really, really cool. It was freaking exhausting, man. It was such a grind that it just kind of took a toll on me after, doing it all day, every day for 15 years, rehabbing houses and dealing with tenants and all that stuff, which is great. I mean, it's been a wonderful thing, but sitting at home trading crypto sounded a hell of a lot better to me.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, you know what? We got to a place where it was a spot for me and my business partner to be like, you know what? We should enjoy this for a little while. And so we took a step back. I focused on learning how to trade. So I've just been studying charts and trying to learn how to trade for years. And it was doing really great. I mean, this last bull run I was killing it and things were going really well.
Yeah.
And then a buddy of mine hit me up and was just like, dude, we got to do this NFT thing. And me and him had been talking about it for a while, but I kind of was like, dude, I don't know about this. This just seems crazy. And he called me one day. I had bought one Ethereum NFT that I thought was I totally bought the wrong thing. I had no idea what I was doing. So that was the only thing I'd ever purchased before the Gecko mint. And my buddy hit me up and he's like, dude, download Phantom, load it up with some Solana, let's mint these geckos, dude.
It sounds so familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Pentoshi's talking about it. And I'm like, I didn't have a Twitter account. I'm like, I don't even know who Pentoshi is, bro.
Yeah. I've heard
my buddy
of him,
did.
but, yeah.
Yeah, he was all about it. And I love and respect this guy. So I was just like, all right, sure, why not? Let's do it.
It's
like
like
crypto pumped
literally,
like
yeah.
20% that day. Like that day was crazy. It was pumping like mad. That whole day I brought like a homie of mine over to the hospital to like have surgery, so I wasn't at home trading. So I was kind of on tilt because I'm like watching it on my phone, being like, I could be making so much money right now. Because crypto's pumping like crazy that day.
Yeah.
So I got home and he called me like right as I sat down on my computer, and he's like, we got 20 minutes, dude, dial this up. And I'm like, man, I lost out on so much today. I might as well take a flyer on this deal.
Yeah.
And dude, my life has never been the same ever since.
Ever.
Like I just got
Nah,
completely freaking hooked. And you know, I minted a neon space rat, and
Ooh,
you know, for
nice.
300 bucks.
Yeah.
And you know, it's ranked number 62 overall, and it was like worth whatever 10 grand or something like a handful of weeks later. And I was like, what the freak is this, dude? And so it just tickled that degen spot in me that just like I just had to know everything about it. Like it's kind of one of those guys, once something comes on your radar and you get really interested in it, you're like, I want to know everything.
Okay, that's exactly what I did.
literally, you're just saying.
That's
you're just
basically
outlining our stories.
That's exactly, basically, almost to a T how I got into it as well. You know, we got into crypto a little bit later, but we got into, you know, I got into NFTs around the same exact time, and obviously I did the same the Gecko mint like you did, and I minted a neon, and they dragged me into the Citadel, and it ever since then, you know where it goes from there.
Oh yeah, you just the rabbit hole just sucks you in. It's the nebular wormhole of just like this deep diving into this space that's pure chaos and madness, but like just super fun and cool and fraught with opportunity that you're just like, holy crap.
So Sterling, I see you rocking that. You've been rocking that neon AUG for a long time. I mean, do you have any other favorites of yours that you just been hiding because you like this guy so much?
Oh man, there's so many decks that I love that I have. I have a pretty big bag, so I mean I could go through and show you 10 of my favorites.
Yeah, we're going through.
Most of them are not I love the AUG. The AUG's great.
Yeah.
The other neon AUG guys, they're pretty tight little crew. So if I'm without it for very long, dude, I start getting like funny looks from those guys. And like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Why are you rocking this funky shaded kiwi? Put that AUG back up.
It's almost like you have to, right? Those are the grail of the grails.
The grails
among the collection. Like if you got one of those, you.
Yeah, it was a crazy deal. Like those had been selling for, I don't know, when I bought it, the only ones that had sold were for like around the 300 soul range, and this was quite a while ago when 300 soul was worth quite a bit. And I just woke up one morning, and just like every other morning I do, I just immediately like pick up my phone and like look at freaking, you know, what deals are on geckos on ME, and somebody like 20 minutes before had just like had their neon AUG like just in half, and I was like, what the freak?
Oh man,
this is gonna go in like 10 minutes. Like I have to do this right now.
Oh yeah, nice.
So I got on the phone actually with Genuine, and I was like, dude, are you seeing this AUG? Like I'm transferring money right now. Don't you freaking touch this thing. I'm buying this.
Yeah, and, don't front run me, please.
Yeah, well, luckily he's not a morning guy. He usually ends up like staying up and insanely, like when most people are getting up, he's going to bed because he's a total night owl. So
yeah.
I forgot Wald. Wald also has a neon AUG. I forgot about him. We interviewed him, I think, or not. We talked to him on Spaces, and he said, "Oh, I had some." This is during the peak, so you know it was however much neons were plus the USD value of Sol, and he goes, "Oh, I had some spare change, lying around, so I just grabbed one."
Yeah. We're like, dude, you got the neon AUG? He's like, yeah, I had some extra Sol laying around. So I figured
he's playing it off.
Yeah.
I love Walt. He's so rad. He was in a chat with Safety Trance, Trap, myself, and Genuine. And we were putting the heat on him to get a neon og for like a while. And so when that one came up available, he was like, "Ah, man." And I think Genuine ended up like pushing him to do it. Not pushing him. That's not the right word. Not like.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. It's pouring enough like.
Yeah. Hyping him up a bit.
Yeah.
Dude, you know. And so
dude.
yeah, I think he's the last one to join the Neon Og crew. I mean, there was one sale after that, but it was to somebody who already had another one, I think.
Yeah. I have them pulled up here on How Rare. I have the 10 Neon Ogs pulled up. And they're all dope. It looks like Safety Trance got his for 5 soul.
Oh man.
It must have been like very, very early on. That's what it says. It says
at like the first day.
It says last bought at 5.5. He must have bought it like the first day or something. He must have just checked out the rare traits.
The next one is at 35, and then after that it's like hundreds. So damn, that is a good steal. And then there's one listed for 1969, but that's the only one listed.
If you go through Safety Trance's wallet, the amount of absolute stunners that he picked up in the first couple of days is ridiculous, man. He has some gorgeous geckos.
Yeah, he has an insane. He's got one of the most insane collections I've seen. Super sick. Yes. So, what do you think the future holds? Obviously, the GreenListed is. I mean, this is super impressive. This is more than I could have imagined. I think the fact that we're going to be bringing on, some outside investments into the Web3 sector.
Yeah.
Via the geckos. I think it was on one of the Twitter threads. Like they're trying to bring more resources into the gecko community through these investments. I think that's going to be really cool, and it's going to grow the brand and grow the community and the intelligence and just resources we have here. Especially knowing Pace is working on it. I'm sure he has a lot of knowledge about the investments he's bringing in. So I'm super pumped about that.
He has made some major league plays in Web 2, and bringing his know-how with that and the contacts that he has and their extremely deep pockets into this space is only going to open up massive doors for us. Like for the Gecko DAO, I can see this as just like a big relationship building bridge, to anybody and everybody who wants to raise the bar. Like there's plenty of crazy degen mints to go chase, but that's just not really the meadow that we want to be in. Like that's great, people do their thing, but this tech that we're working with is a game-changing, world-changing technology that can absolutely bring opportunities that we can't even think of yet. I mean, stuff that's not even on the radar, that we don't even know what we don't know could come up. So the cool thing about this initiative is just the amount of relationships with people that are very serious and doing really serious kind of things will inevitably just lead to opportunities for the geckos as like a community, the geckos as individuals to learn to have their own like Web3 IQ raised, and to just see things in a way like that's a bigger picture, a much bigger picture than like what's the next whitelist I get. You know what I mean?
Like 100%, yeah. That's kind of the feel I got from this. Like it's nice to, it's nice to get a cool whitelist or, get into a mint early or something like that. But bringing strong, bringing these strong resources into a community as tight knit as the Geckos is something different. And clearly they know what they're doing. The 7-figure investments and the business knowledge that some of these people on the DAO have. They mean real business here, and they're offering that into the Gecko DAO can just bring endless opportunities. And that's the vibe I've been getting from the Geckos, just being tossed into the Citadel and chatting with some of these smart investors and business minded people. Like, I've already made so many cool connections, and I think they're just going to keep bringing more and more in. So that's really, really cool. Super pumped for that.
Yeah, is the next announcement that they were talking about in the thread, is that like a partnership, or is that just more information about the actual like the process and all that stuff?
It'll be the announcement of the first deal that's getting funded.
Okay,
nice.
So there's a couple deals like in the works that are basically done. I don't know the very specifics as far as like if Pace has kept this a little bit close to his chest as far as like the money's changed hands or exactly where in the escrow process it might be, but the deals are agreed to, and whenever he feels comfortable that like, okay, this is ready to announce and every T's crossed and I's dotted on all the legal stuff, then here's the announcement. And we're collaborating with the people who are also party to this transaction so that everybody's able to kind of universally together cross promote the deal.
Yeah.
So it's not just us. There's a couple of moving pieces in here, which is always tricky to line up from a timing standpoint. When you got different companies and different people and communities all need to get on the same page from a marketing perspective. So that should hopefully happen. Expectation with the team is that should happen sometime next week.
Nice.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, we will be looking forward to that. Is there anything you want to leave us, anything you want to tease or any alpha you want to give before
before the closing remarks?
Anything you want to let the Gex know, or anything in general?
This is just the tip of the iceberg. The things that we've got cooking in the background are really, really cool. Not only do we have devs reworking the cred staking in order to be able to be a bit more gamified, and that is going to be super fun. The plans that we have in order to kind of revamp the way that the cred is utilized to do all the things that we've been talking about. Everybody knows that the animation station is coming, and that'll be the first kind of like thing you use the cred to be able to do.
Yeah.
Being with the I don't know how much I should say here with some of the changes, just with some of the changes of like developers stepping back, new developers coming in, it's allowed us to really kind of do a deep dive on the efficiency of how we really want to be able to build and expand on our customer loyalty program, which is, for some projects, tokens. Ours is our non-token cred staking system. But the thing that's about to transpire here over the next 2-3 months or however long this takes, I'm not totally sure, is going to be super fun. And it's going to be more tied into like a lore gamification type deal where our geckos are really going to be doing their thing, leveling up, making plays, and it's going to be really cool.
All right.
So that's something that I can't really say anything more about it because there's, we have the the premise down, but there's a few details we still have to yet work out as soon as the devs are done doing what they're doing on the website.
Okay.
So we've got a merch website dropping soon. So
yeah, I remember seeing you tease that merch. Yeah,
I teased that the other night on Spaces.
Yeah,
So that'll be cool. And let's see what else we got cooking. So much, dude.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
It's going to be banger after banger from now until the end of the year, man. It really is.
It's going to be non-stop
really
bangers
cool.
till the end of the year. I'm excited for that. Yeah, for sure. Really excited. I think you're doing a stellar job, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Great things coming. I'm pumped. I'm gonna keep planning to keep covering some geckos. So maybe we'll have you on again at some point with another DAO member or something. Maybe that'd be cool.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
well,
man, I'm around. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Keep crushing it.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
What you guys are doing?
I'll hit you up in the Discord in a bit, man.
Sounds good.
All right, dude. Talk to you soon. All right, guys. That was Max Sterrling.
If you thought you couldn't get more bullish on
you
geckos,
thought you couldn't, he said it's gonna be banger after banger after banger. He said this is just the tip of the iceberg.
It's like it's like how I felt when Draper was here, except there's actual meaning behind
Except
the
there's
word.
stuff being worked on.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that interview. Feel free to hit me up if you want to come on for an interview. We can get you scheduled in. Geck with Gig on Twitter. This is the NFT Crypto Crew, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this with all the geckos. We really appreciate it. Bullish.
Super bullish.
Super bullish. He's more bullish than us.
I thought we couldn't get. We got to start hyping up our bullishness.
But banger after banger after banger. Oh my God.